is some baby rocks. These are a bit like hollow rocker, but we're just really focusing on arching your back. So you can start in this position, really get into this arch, and you can kind of keep this. What you're trying to do is you just want to see how your back rolls back and forth. You can gradually make them bigger. And then you can tell people to relax. So relax their abs now, and all of a sudden their back isn't round, and they can try to do it, and they can see that it doesn't feel as good, but if they round up, then they roll much more nicely, much nicer, because that's what at the most basic, we're just trying to get people comfortable getting their feet over their head. So at the most basic, we're just coming up like that. I see my feet, and I come back down. So we're just getting people comfortable with that. And then you can come and have a little stretch. But actually, if you want people to get the backwards roll, this is a really good movement. Like I said, you might have a lot more people doing backwards rolls before they get their forwards rolls, but that's fine. If they can get one or the other, then you can teach them. So for the rollover, the one that will get you the backwards roll, instead of getting your feet straight over your head like this, you want to go to one angle. So you pick a shoulder. So I'm going to bring both my feet over my head in the direction of my right shoulder. Now if I do that, I want to kind of have my hand out like this or hand out like that. And then this other hand, I sort of like to guide back. So it's almost like I'm karate chopping backwards to lead my legs. And that means that hand's also there to create a frame. So it's going to look like that. Okay? And when you do that, after people try a few of those, they'll realize that just from here, they can just sort of roll over onto their back. And a lot of people will find that much more natural. Now, the big rule when we're doing this kind of rolling is you don't want to land on your neck or your head, and you also don't want to go down the middle of your spine. You want to have that nice diagonal movement like motion like we talked in the past. So when you're doing it, you're really coming over, okay? Think about getting your toes to touch the ground, and as you do that, you're just going to roll over your shoulder. You're going to find a nice comfortable position here where you've got a bit of padding, and it just sort of happens naturally, like that. So for the step one of the rollovers, you just have people kind of going over like that. Have them do a few on each side. So that's my right side. That's my left side. And then if people feel comfortable, you can just have them go ahead and try rolling over like that. So those are the main warm-ups. If you have time to do is I like to find my shoulder platform. So finding my shoulder platform is just that nice position right here where I know I'm going to be comfortable if I roll. There's lots of ways to do it. It's just like beginning a roll, except you don't have to kick yourself over the side, which is the bit that people find scary. So for some people, if they can find that platform, everything else gets easier. So we can set it up with the arm drag, we can set it up with the elbow frame, we can set it up with the triangle. Any of those work. I'm just going to do the arm drag because I have the most success with that, with the arm reach. So all I'm going to do is I'm going to come like this. I'm going to put one hand down. So if I'm going to get into my right shoulder, I'm going to put my left hand down. I'm going to reach through with my right arm because that's the shoulder that's going to absorb it. I'm going to get my neck out of the way. And all I'm going to do here is I'm just going to start playing around with getting my hips up high. And I've got my weight on my toes. And I just want to find a position that I know is comfortable. If I want to, I can go ahead and roll right out of that. Not everyone's going to be comfortable, but we just want to get them playing around with getting their hips over. Because a lot of times when people roll, especially when they first start, they end up doing that sausage roll where they roll sideways. What we're really trying to do is we're trying to get your hips up sort of over your head, over your shoulders. So once again, I guess if I do it from this position, I'll do double kneeling again, plant my hand, reach through with whatever side I want to find the shoulder, get my head out of the way. I'm just going to go ahead and bring my shoulder to the ground. Once I've brought my shoulder to the ground, I'm just going to use my feet to get my hips up over. To do a roll. You don't have to do the full roll. We just want people to play around with getting their hips up high. I'll do it from this position so you can see what my feet are doing. So I'm going to do the same orientation. Maybe left hand, come through, coming over. My neck is out of the way. I'm just using my toe. You can see it's almost like doing a kick up in a handstand. I just want to practice that. Now, a lot of people won't be comfortable with that. A lot of people, just the act of pushing themselves up and over is going to be scary for them. So this is a good opportunity for you to try to do the opposite, to try to do a backwards roll and see if you can use the backwards roll to teach the front roll. So if you have people who have been comfortable doing that, you'll see that that will lead us right into that. So what you can try is you can try to have people do the rollover, and as soon as they do it, just have them try to reverse the movement. And I've had a lot of people who are afraid of doing the forward rolls gain a little bit of confidence by doing the backwards roll and then immediately going to the forward roll. It's the exact same movement, you just reverse it. So just get people used to doing the backwards roll, and then as soon as they do that rollover, use the energy and just pop themselves back up in the opposite direction. And that'll click for a lot of people. So you've got that. Those are the things that I would play with, just getting people used to that. Once people start getting used to with a roll that's no longer a sausage roll, so their hips aren't moving off the side. What I mean is, when I say sausage roll, I mean people set themselves up like this, and then they just end up rolling horizontally like that. So you're not rolling from hip to hip. You're rolling from shoulder to hip, and the only way that you can do that is by having your hips come up high and then rolling like that. So if you have people have the sausage roll, it's because they're avoiding bringing their hips up over their shoulders, which is where the backwards roll comes in handy. Once people get comfortable with that, then we can start thinking about the exit position. And the exit position is connected to what we were doing earlier with the shin box get-ups. The exit position is just when you come out of a roll, you're going to be in some sort of position like this. Essentially, you're going to have a bent leg and a long leg. One leg is going to be in front, one leg is going to be behind here. You're going to have some momentum coming out of it, and it's about what do you do with this position when you come out. So, easy way to try this, just cross one leg, one heel will be close to your bum, other leg's going to be in front. So from here, you can just practice movements kind of like this. So you just kind of practice coming up a few times. Now you can use your hands at first, okay? Then after a while, you can try using your hands less and less.